Hey, hi everyone. Good morning, all. Yeah, welcome to the demo. Uh, Before I introduce myself, okay, and we start into the demo, let's have an introduction. Okay, little bit of 2 lines about yourself. Okay, few more folks are on the way. They will also join us, but 2 lines would be great before I proceed. Okay. Um, Anyone would like to introduce your 2 lines about yourself would be great. Um, your name, where you're working, are you
Hi, hi,
student?
very good morning to
Good morning.
myself, Gopi Krishna. I have experience around 6 to 7 years on different technologies, SQL and MSBA. Now I'm looking to change the technology like AWS DevOps.
Okay,
Yeah,
thank
thank
you.
Hi, my name is Jaya and I'm a web developer. I'm from Montreal. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hello, this is Vaishnavi. I'm a new grad in USA. I'm just trying to learn DevOps with AWS. Thank you.
Thank you.
Uh, Hi, myself Pawan Kalyan. I'm currently working as a manual tester. Um, I have started learning DevOps self-learning, but I thought of guidance will be more useful. That's why.
Great, thank you. Anyone else would like to go? 2 lines about yourself.
Yeah, hi, my name is Madhukrishna Gopaseti. Uh, I have like 1 year of experience into automation testing side. So I was currently looking to switch to any other new technology. So I come to know that these DevOps and AWS have the kind of good growth in future. So that's why we joined in this. Thank you all.
Thank you. Anyone else would like to go? Okay, fine. Anyone else would like to introduce? Navya, Vaishnavi, Srinivas, Rama.
Hey guys, my name is Rama. I'm working as an Oracle Apps DBA, and I'm planning move to this DevOps side with my DBA experience. So I'm here.
Okay, thank you. Okay, fine. Okay, if anyone left, please leave in the chat. That's fine. No worries. Okay, so okay. So my name is Sagar. Okay, I am the trainer for this DevOps and AWS. So coming to my experience, like I have total 12 years of experience in this field. So I started my journey with Wipro as an intern. From there, I moved to TCS. At present, I'm working at MasterCard. Okay, so I'm the lead there. So I lead people of 10 there. So the complete journey when I started with Linux. Okay, I started with Linux in 1 year working with Ericsson client. From there, I got introduced to build and release. Okay, from there the journey of DevOps started. That is how my career started. So I have a knowledge of multiple clouds, not just AWS. I have worked on with multiple different clients. Okay, um, So here, as part of the career IT, so I train here like multiple batches. Like we train individual batches. This is one of them. We also train the consultancy batches. Okay. We also have a training for some corporate batches. Okay. So usually this is mostly like in the morning times because mostly US folks join here. Okay. US, UK, and etc. folks join here. Okay. So this is all about like institute. Yeah, we also have institute like physically located in Kukatpalli. You can visit in case, but this batch is purely for online. Okay, there is no offline. It's purely for online. We only deal with online. Okay, but there are offline. You can visit there. So moving on. Okay, this would be the agenda. Okay. Okay. This would be the agenda for this one, where we'll speak about DevOps overview, cloud computing, AWS cloud engineering. Okay. And then industries using DevOps and cloud, right? So will have like little bit of uh, DevOps and AWS content, and then we'll go for the technical diagram because mostly people will be waiting for technical diagram. That is what will be focusing on to get more understanding about your career, what exactly your tools will be there, what exactly your work is there, right? That is how it is. Okay. But before moving on, let's dive into a little bit of prerequisite. Okay. Before we delve into that. Okay. So very first, guys, remember this is one of the digital course. It's not just IT course which you refer it. It's one of the digital course where you have time and patience. Have time and patience. A lot of fruitful result is there. Okay, a lot of fruitful result is there. Why? Because it's growing in such a way, okay, where huge openings are coming, and whichever companies were not into a process of DevOps, they are also moving into process of DevOps, right? So a lot of demand for the cloud outside. Okay. So that is where, right? If you research anywhere in LinkedIn, Naukri, anywhere, if you see like a lot of companies are opening with this. It's not just a software company, I would say. There are multiple industries. I'll walk you through where you'll see this demand for your DevOps and cloud. Okay. Second thing is basics of Linux and shell scripting, guys. Okay. Remember, you entering the world of DevOps. Definitely, your Linux is required. Okay. You might think that Windows will work. Yeah, Windows also works, but very, very limited companies. Okay. Very rare companies they use Windows. Okay. Because there's no market. Okay. Okay. Windows has its own usage. They use it. Okay. Because it's mostly like individual login or something they use it, but we don't prefer to. Okay. We don't prefer. Course. Okay, we don't prefer your thing. No. Okay. So here you'll be learning the complete Linux. Here you'll be learning the complete Linux with, okay, you'll be learning your complete Linux till the advanced level and also the shell scripting because automation is a key for DevOps. Then anyone who is passionate to kickstart their career as a DevOps engineer can attend this program. That means there is no hard prerequisite, guys. What are your prior experiences? If you want to add DevOps on top of that and go, it's fine. Or you want to start from the scratch, that is also fine. There's no restriction for that. There's no restriction for that. Fine. Then programming knowledge is not mandatory for DevOps course. Okay. We don't touch any programming. Okay. Not even Python. Okay. Python is a development only. Okay. People use it here and there for minor scripting, but it doesn't make any sense because Python is usually okay treated as a programming language. Second thing, it is used for building APIs. Okay. That is not a work. So we don't prefer anywhere any programming languages. Okay, already we have lot of set of tools. Okay, lot of AWS services. Again, on top of that, we have monitoring, we have your troubleshooting skills, etc. Things, fine. So graduates, undergraduates, backend developers, non-ID people, anyone can attend this program. Okay, anyone can attend this program. There is no prerequisite. Okay, so you can go and start this one. Even the freshers and anyone can start it. Okay, because you're starting from the scratch. Okay. Fine. Now this is the course outline. We'll be dividing this into your modules. Okay, this will divide into this modules. Okay, where we have a Linux administration, okay, DevOps tools, AWS cloud engineering, monitoring, and interview guidance. Fine. So main focus is on 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, 6 happens regularly. Okay, that sessions keep happening. So there's no issue in that. Okay, one is also fine because one is mostly theoretical, but focus should be on 2 to 5. Okay, why? Because it's all technical. It's all technical what you want to work on it. And then there are 15 plus tools where we'll be covering as part of this, where you're able to see your syllabus. I hope you might have got that syllabus. If in case you didn't get, I will forward that syllabus. Fine. Then command line. Okay. Then your projects are there, where we'll be doing 6 projects as part of this. Okay, where you'll understand, okay, with different tools, what level of activity you'll be doing it as part of your journey, right? So how do you do a customer deployment? How do you do your different deployments? So all that things you'll be doing as part of this. Okay, so okay, these are all your technical diagrams we'll be implementing. It's just not on the board. We'll be drawing these diagrams. Okay, we'll be understanding the flows. Okay, we'll be understanding the flows of this. Okay, and if you have not got the syllabus copy, here is the one. Okay, you can refer the one. Okay, you can refer the one from the institute. They will share it to you. Okay, including your Terraform and everything is here, where you'll get all these things, your running notes, diagrams, okay, recorded videos, etc. Things will come with here. Okay, so so all that information is here. You can refer this and you can come back to this. Fine. Now, okay, so this PPT is just for the demo purpose, guys. We don't run PPTs usually. Reason is that uh, everything is whiteboard. Whatever you learn whiteboard. So the diagrams which you're seeing here, right? So likewise, we run completely whiteboard. Whatever you learn it, okay, everything has a diagram where you learn it, and everything what you learn will have a proper notes, okay, in terms of notes, which will be running notes, as well as I'll be sharing some additional PDF, okay. Everything will be tracked here, okay, right from your syllabus till it goes till your whatever the installation and installations you do it, okay. So all that things will be captured as part of this. So everything you'll be learning here as part of this, okay. So this is AWS just started, okay. So anything what you see it, everything is whiteboard, and second thing is notes, okay. Daily handwritten is notes is what we write it here, okay. So that the daily things will be tracked. You'll be learning equipment, YAMLs, okay, etc. Things are as part of this, right? No. Moving on. Okay. Moving on. So I know like a lot of questions will be there, but I'll just spend some 5 minutes of time, 5 to 10 minutes of time, and then I'll open question and answers. Okay. So now very first, okay, remember guys, okay, what is the definition of DevOps? Okay, what is the definition of DevOps? If someone asks you what is DevOps, it's not a technology. Okay. First, DevOps came as a process, then it came as a technology. Okay. So it doesn't mean that first itself you go like you're a DevOps, you call yourself DevOps engineer, but when someone asks you what is the definition of DevOps, it's a process. It's a process, it's a practice, it's a culture, okay, where your dev stands for development team, ops stands for operation team, where they work together to build a quality product. So basically the main idea of going with DevOps is to build a quality product. So companies wanted to build a quality product. That is how they brought this DevOps into picture. That is how they brought this DevOps into picture. Fine. So to run this entire DevOps process, they wanted a life cycle. Now, what is a life cycle? Okay, life cycle is a process, right? Where you have a proper planning, proper build, proper integration, proper testing, proper deployment, proper feedback, improvement, and monitoring. To implement this life cycle, they wanted your tools or a technology. That is how your DevOps tools came in the market. Okay, that is how your DevOps in the market. In simple terms, to tell you, okay. For example, if you want to build a product or a software or website in the market, right from designing till it goes live in the market, okay, that entire thing is managed by a DevOps process. So DevOps process will give you all that flexibility to build your product right from designing till it goes live in the market. Okay. To run the DevOps process, they want a proper life cycle. Okay, where they can do the build, deployment, test, improvement, and etc. things. And to do this life cycle properly, you require your DevOps technology. That is where your DevOps tools are used on market. Okay, that is what the actual definition of DevOps. Okay, so previously before build and release also there was a technology called previously before the DevOps there was a technology called build and release technology. This failed in the market. This was a legacy which failed in the market before DevOps, okay, got introduced to the world. Okay, and we were called as build and release engineers. Okay, that is how it was. Okay, so it failed in the market. That is how DevOps came in the market, and that is how you got your DevOps technology. Okay, to build that means DevOps is used across every product in the market, every product in the market. So now we understood that DevOps is a process where development team and operation will work together to build a quality product. Okay. To run this process, they wanted a life cycle. To run the life cycle, they wanted your DevOps tools. Okay. So behind every life cycle, there are DevOps tools. Like monitoring, you have monitoring tools. Deployment, you have Terraform, Docker, Kubernetes. Testing, you have SonarQube. Integration, you have Jenkins. Build and code, you have like Maven. Okay. Your Git, your JFrog, and your planning. Okay, you have your Jira ticketing tools or ServiceNow, etc. things, right? So all these tools are behind everything. Okay. Now question arises, okay, where is this DevOps used? You're talking about so much of DevOps. Where is your DevOps used? Have you ever thought where is the DevOps used? So DevOps is used in these many industries, guys. DevOps is used in these many industries. Okay, it's not just a one place you say like I'll just go and look my jobs in software. No, it is not the place. There are multiple places. Software is just one industry. Okay, automobile is one industry. Okay, every software company has their website. Okay, every software company will build a software. Okay, so how do they do this processing of building a software or website? That is with the help of DevOps. Okay, DevOps will give you a streamlined pipeline. With the help of this pipeline, they build their software. It will give you a proper automation. Okay, automation techniques to build the software, right? That is where your that is where your DevOps comes into picture. Okay, then insurance, just type how many companies are there in the Google, right? Just type it, right? So all over the world, how many companies are there? You get a good insurance companies. Every company has a website. Okay, they also have a product to build. So there also you require a DevOps process. Okay, so financial text like your Google Pay, Phone Pay, Geo Pay, Apple Pay, etc. plays. So whatever you see, this loans, etc. things you get it right. Different apps which you have. Everything is okay managed by a DevOps. Your banking that you also manage via websites, okay, are with DevOps. So multiple things, right? Social media, whatever you use, your WhatsApp, Instagram, etc. things. Okay, how do you think your Instagram is 24/7, or how do you think your YouTube is 24/7 available whenever you open, whenever you connect to internet? Okay, how it is possible? How it is 24/7 without going down? Because your DevOps tools are maintaining those, okay, applications or websites. Okay, that is how it is. Even the government jobs uses your DevOps technology. Okay, okay. If you're a fresher, your age is below 27 years, you have a still opportunity to go with AI, Airport Authority of India, where you require DevOps and cloud skills. Okay, okay. So interview is just a written test, and then there is directly technical interview where they'll look for a DevOps and cloud engineers. Okay, so that notification releases even for DRDO, it is there. That is also one of the government agencies. Okay, so likewise, a lot of places you have opportunity for this one. Okay, healthcare sectors also they use this DevOps. Okay, they also have IT department. Banking has a IT department. Okay, a lot of banks has this opportunity, right? You have like HSBC, you have your Citibank, okay, you have your Kotak, you have SBI, okay, you have Access, okay, you have DBS Bank, okay, different banks are there, okay, which uses your DevOps cloud. So research, guys, everywhere if you research, you'll get an idea where DevOps is used, okay, how many different companies are making use of DevOps. Okay, why does Netflix require DevOps? To maintain its website, right? So research everywhere, you'll get a lot of different companies where you'll see this list of companies where DevOps is being used. Similarly, check your AWS. Okay, so where AWS is used. Okay, how many companies are using AWS? Now, simple, right? You have so much of videos on your YouTube. Where are these videos stored? Is it stored in your phone? It's stored in the cloud. Okay, so research which cloud is being stored there. Okay, so cloud anywhere, the cloud is same. Either you learn GCP, Azure, or AWS. The structure is same. Okay, only the terminologies might change because it's a vendor initiated or a vendor service. but the logic behind it is absolutely same. Logic behind it is absolutely. So whatever service you see in AWS, same thing you'll see it here, but slightly with different name, but the process is almost same. Process is almost same. Fine. So research which all companies are using cloud. Okay. So cloud is important today. When you say that you're a DevOps engineer, definitely require cloud knowledge. Without cloud knowledge, it doesn't go as a DevOps engineer. Okay. Because anywhere you see, definitely they'll ask the knowledge of cloud. Okay. So research about the salaries, what salaries they're providing it. Okay. Check the salaries in the market. Okay. Also check the openings, how often you're getting the openings. Okay. Research everywhere. Okay. Check your openings, how often you're getting the openings, 22 hours, 3 days, etc. things. So research. Okay. Go to your LinkedIn, naukri.com, glassdoor.com, everywhere you research, because it's a high time, guys. When you decide that you want to start a journey with DevOps, or you want to start a journey with a technology, remember that first thing is that not the content, not the what syllabus it contains. It's all important to see that how beautiful my journey is going to be when I start this course. Okay. And when my career will grow. Okay. So decided that when you start learning something, plan it for next at least 15 years, at least a span of 10 to 15 years, just plan it. Okay. For fresher, it should be plan of 25 years at least. Okay. Okay. Because it's not that you keep learning. Okay. You keep learning different technologies. No, it's good to add a technology, but it should be a continuation with the older one. It's not that you completely remove the older one. Okay. So always put the effort to, grow to the next level. It's not that you always start something from the scratch. No. Okay. So stick to one. Okay. Throughout your 10 to 15 years, at least plan it for 15 years in the industry. Okay. And DevOps is one where I see like next till 2050 there is a no change in DevOps. Okay. Maybe the tools will upgrade. Okay. The version of the tools will upgrade, features might come, but there's no change. Okay. That is what the trend shows in the market. That is what the trend shows in the market. There's no alternative for DevOps in the market anywhere. Okay. Fine. So these many places. Now imagine who all are using this industries related application website. Is it just educated people? It is used by every individual in the country, right? Okay. Most of the people are using it. Even the villagers might use the entertainment channels. They use your WhatsApp, Instagram, Facebook, and everything. Okay. So they also use your mobile banking apps and etc. They use a Google Pay, Phone Pay. So it's not that just educated people, even the people from different ages. Okay. Right from the kids, okay, till your mid age, okay, teenagers, okay, your senior citizens, okay, etc. Okay, people. So almost from every age group, people are using this app. So imagine entire population is using. In simple terms, if I tell you, entire population is making use of your applications which are built by these industries and which are maintained by a DevOps. So indirectly, okay, as the population will grow, DevOps opportunities will grow, because that many resources are required behind this industries to manage that one. Okay, behind your DevOps and cloud. That is what it is. Okay, that is how the trend is growing. That is how the trend is going, because every new startup company comes, every new startup company comes, or any of the companies established, definitely require an online offline business trade. Okay, so see anything, you see Zepto, you see your Swiggy, you see your Blinkit, you see your Milk Basket. Okay, so you see a lot of different applications are coming with your companies which are launching. Okay, they require definitely an online and offline. So definitely when they say online, okay, they want to launch the app or website, definitely require a DevOps process. So that is how it is. That is how it is. Fine. No. Okay. Now, I hope at least you understood 1% where DevOps is used. So DevOps is used in every place. That means in your day-to-day life, whatever you're using is you're using it. Okay. Behind that, DevOps is used. So every person who is using your applications, your websites, behind that, there's a DevOps used. Okay. Fine. Okay. Now, any questions, guys? I'll take a pause. I'll take a pause. I I hope at least 1% you understood where DevOps is used. Forgot about the technology. Okay, technology. I'll tell you in this next half. I'll tell you the technology. We'll start the diagram now. But I just want to know here. Okay. Fine. Any questions? Any questions? Any questions?
Hello, hi, here Karthik here. So what about AI? Like how it gonna override the softwares?
Give me a minute, 1 minute.
Okay.
AI doesn't override the softwares. Okay.
Okay.
AI will never override the softwares. So what this AI will do is, so basically like this chat GPT, whatever you're getting, this deep seek and AI tools and everything, this will just enhance the productivity. That means, for example, take an example. Let's suppose you're doing an activity which takes almost 5 hours. So that
Okay.
will reduce your work to 1 hour. That's it. Okay. It will give you a solution to automate in such a way where your productivity will increase. Okay. Your overall time for doing the task will reduce. But it cannot override this one. If you say that it will override that, it doesn't override. It's not possible. It will just simplify your work. Okay. It is just simplifying your work. It cannot override. Definitely DevOps is required. Without DevOps, not only DevOps, any technology in the market is required. AI cannot replace it. Okay. They're saying that AI will replace. No, it's not possible. Okay. It's not possible. Most of the companies have not accepted AI and whatever this etc. things are coming in the market. Why? Because see, when I was
Okay.
there in 2015, they told that AI is coming. AI is coming. They told that. Okay, AI is coming. Yes, AI is come. They told that by this time everything will replace. Okay, everything will replace. But even if you see today, for example, take an example of your Wi-Fi network. If it doesn't work, you give a call, you'll get all that options. Press 9, press 1. There are a lot of
Yeah.
telecallers there. But end of the day, you have to press 9 because your query cannot be answered by AI. That is
Yes.
what the
Yes.
reality, right? So still there are a lot of call centers available. They say that we are replacing human with this. It's not that easy. Okay, it's not that easy. Okay, because what the human requires, okay, that cannot be trained entirely by AI. That is what the whole reality. And there are high chances that can disturb the system as well. Okay, that can give a wrong input and that can lead to a different output. Okay, so AI is
Okay.
used. It is good to use. Okay, even in the DevOps, there is a future for DevOps also there. That is, they're bringing that Dev AI Ops, Dev ML Ops is coming. Like in between DevOps, there's coming in ML and AI is coming in the market. But that is not yet
Oh,
defined. It will take time. It will just add as a tool in your existing DevOps tools, but it will not be removed because DevOps is the base. Remember, if any company want to launch their product, we are the base of that company. We are the base pillars. We have the infrastructure. We have the complete DevOps process. Without us,
okay.
it's not possible to launch. And it's highly impossible to disturb this environment. If you disturb this, entire websites will have impact. That
Okay.
is what the reality. It's not
Okay.
only DevOps, any technology will not be replaced. People are saying, but it's not possible. Technically, it's not possible. No one will disturb their website so easily. They cannot
But
disturb the business.
it gonna reduce burden, like
Yes.
where 10 people are working, 5 people will be lay off and other 5 people
No,
who
no,
know
no, that
prompt
is
will be
again wrong. No, it's not a layoff, guys. Go ahead. See, day by day, new things are coming in the market. Automation is going on in the DevOps also. Like previously, DevOps was just a DevOps tools. Okay, slowly cloud came in the market. Okay, after cloud, now cloud automation is coming. Then there is a monitoring. Then there is a security. Now slowly the AI tools will come. So people will move to the next technology, but people not will lay off. Okay, there is a work growing day by day, but there's not like some people will remote. Why there's a layoff concept? Why there's a layoff concept in the industry? It's not because, okay, there are two reasons. One is when the company doesn't work, company doesn't have a business. That is first case that we cannot predict it. Second
okay.
case is when you're not updated to the market, when you're not updated to the latest technology. When you say that I'll just work on old DevOps tools and I'll survive in the market. No, you have to upgrade yourself. Okay. Every year, for example, you see, right? You can't use, can you use still your older Nokia phone? You
No.
like to use it, then how company will work, right? Even companies require employees to have a new technology so that they can grow their business, they can show their clients, they can build a new features. That is how it is. Okay, if you don't groom yourself, if you don't keep up to date with the market, obviously there's a layoff. Okay, you'll be part of that layoff. Okay, that is what the reality. If you're good enough, you have that skills, you can be a individual contributor, right? So you have definitely growth there.
Okay.
That is how it is. Okay, layoff is a different case, right? It depends upon, for example, now take an example, a lot of news you see it. Deloitte lost a business of 400 crores. So
Okay.
with this no business, how can he put employees there? That is hard. There are n number of companies, guys. It's not just few companies. That's why I told you, these many places you have opportunities for DevOps.
Yes.
So go for all industries. Highest salaries are paid here. You also have a government job still your 35 years age. Okay, SBI has, okay, SBI deputy manager openings are there. Okay, SDFC deputy manager openings are there. Okay, go for that. Research even till the age of 35 years, you have a government jobs for that. Try it.
Okay.
Okay, with the DevOps knowledge. I'm not just saying government jobs. It requires DevOps. It's a technical job. That's the reason it is there. So research every place. You have every place you have opportunity for DevOps. Even a lot of places, Indian Army, Indian Navy. Okay, if your age fits for that. Okay, lot of different locations you have a government job.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you.
Any more questions? Any more queries? Any more doubts? Smooth. Let's go to the technical diagram and then I'll come back with few more things. Okay. So let's take a scenario. Okay. Let's assume there's a company called and there's a client called your, okay, Mintra. Okay. So both of them signed a contract where you have, they want a website and infra maintenance. Okay. Infrastructure maintenance, you can say. So very first, okay, there's a company called TCS who is a service-based, okay, there's a service-based company. There's a company called TCS who is a service-based company, and it has multiple clients. One among the client is Myntra. It's an online shopping website. So they want a website maintenance as well as infrastructure maintenance. Okay, they want to build a website properly and they want to infrastructure. Okay, give an infrastructure that is cloud services, fine. Now, very first to understand that, you have to understand the teams. Okay, so whom do you work on the daily basis? With whom do you work? Okay, so there are four different teams, guys. One is the product team. Okay, where you have product managers. So these are all MBA professionals who have a knowledge to, gain the business, how to interact with the business people and everything. How do you get the budget? Okay. How do you get the requirement and everything? Okay. Then there is a development team. Then there's a, okay, development team. You have a development team where you have your developers. Okay. You have your backend developers, you have your front-end developers, you have your DB people. Okay. Then, okay, so what these developers will do is they are responsible for building the application. Now, in a sense, building in a sense, they are responsible for implementing the code, the entire code, what they write it for the website. They are responsible for that, right? All the features and etc. things. Then comes the operational team. Then comes the operational team. So this operational team is where your DevOps falls into picture. That's where your DevOps engineers falls into picture. So we are responsible for your AWS or your, you can say, cloud operations, your DevOps tools, all your DevOps tools or DevOps operations, and your application maintenance. Application maintenance, right? So you have a last team called QA team. Okay, this is your quality assurance. Every company will have this one. Okay, engineer quality assurance. So here these people will do the load testing, functional testing, okay, and your performance testing. Okay, so load testing, LT for load, performance and, okay, performance testing and functional testing. So different testing they'll do it here. Okay, so they will basically what they'll do is any website you open, okay, any website you open it, right? So basically what they do is they check each and every tab. Okay, okay, history is completely gone. Okay, history is completely gone. So you see this Mintra and everything, right? Okay, you can see this one. So you can see, right? So whether each and every tab is working or not, whether payment is happening or whether someone is able to log in or not. So each and every functionality they check it. Okay, whether the complete process is working or not, each and every tab buttons are working or not. That is what the QA team will do in terms of testing. Okay, that is where they are required. Right. So these are your, okay, these are your teams where you work with. These are teams where you work. Now, who will assign you the work? From where do you get the work when you join a company? These are the people who will get the work, guys. These people will get the work to all these three of them. Okay, that means this is where I told you these teams are important to understand because they are the one who closely work with them. Okay, so product team will get the work. Okay, for us, QA team and developers. Okay, they all they will start the individual work and later we get into a single page. Fine. Now, okay. So here remember that. Okay. Okay, this will again come when you start introduction to DevOps. So when you say DevOps, okay, DevOps uses your SDLC lifecycle called your Agile. Okay, we work on Agile methodology. Okay, so we work in a sprint planning. Most of them, if you have already worked, you might know this one. So we have a sprint planning meeting every once in 2 weeks. Once in 2 weeks, we have it here. Once in 2 weeks, we operate. Once in 2 weeks, we operate it here where you see your work is assigned. Your work is assigned in the form of in the form of user stories. We call it as user stories via your ticketing tools. Via your ticketing tools. So all the, okay, tickets are assigned. Okay, tickets via tickets. Okay, okay, ticketing tools. Via your ticketing tools, they'll give you some tickets, right? They'll assign you some, okay, some ticketing tools. Okay, we are the ticketing tool, they'll assign your tickets. Okay, now who will assign it? Product managers will assign it. They'll give you all the, and here we do the grooming session. There's a grooming session happens. Okay, so where they make you understand the requirement, what exactly is required, etc. things, right? What dependencies we have, etc. things. And apart from this, you also have, okay, a daily. Okay, you have something called a, okay, daily Scrum call. Daily Scrum call where you have your daily updates. Okay, and second thing you have your, here you can discuss your issues, your any kind of your suggestion you require it, any kind of a blocker you have, you can request. Okay, and also you can do your grooming here in case you want to do the grooming. But here, remember, guys, we are working in the DevOps methodology. So even if you complete 25% of the work, that is success for them. Okay, out of 100%, if you complete 25%, that is success for them because we are looking for a quality work. That is what I mentioned the DevOps. What is DevOps? DevOps is a process or a product. Okay, DevOps is a process or a culture or a culture where we want to build a quality product right from design till it goes in the market. We want to build a quality product because we are focused on the quality, right? So that's when we have an ample amount of time to work here. Okay, so there's no hurry. We always a good amount of time. That is what the DevOps process came because DevOps process focus on the quality. Okay, because on the quality. Fine. Now work is assigned. Now parallelly developer will start the development team work. Operation DevOps team will start their all your cloud operations, etc. things. QA will start their functional. They'll start writing the functional description, everything they'll write. Okay. But here, first developer should start the work. Okay. We will be parallelly starting our work, but we also want developer to start initially because if you want to maintain the website, if you want to deploy the website, if you want to deploy the application, first you require your developers to start the work. Okay. Okay, developers. Okay, so let the developers write the code in any language, doesn't matter for us. Okay, so very first tool of your DevOps is Git and GitHub, guys. Very first tool of your DevOps and DevOps is Git and GitHub. Okay, so Git and GitHub. So this is required. Git is a command line tool, CLI tool. GitHub is a graphical user interface. It's a graphical user interface. So mainly, what is this tools required for source code management tool? It's called a source code management. Okay, source code management tool. Okay, so basically here what we store is we store all your files, your code, okay, any kind of automation files, any kind of a functional test. So every team will store their files. It's a common location. It's a common location where people will store this one. Okay, common location where people will store this one. Fine. Now, okay, no, okay. So here, main reason for going with this one is we have a tracking. Second one, we have a source. Okay, second one, we have a storage cost optimization. Okay. Okay, so here, remember here. So main reason for going with this Git and GitHub is two reasons. Okay, we know that it will store all the code, all the important files. That is where it is storage for storing it. But the main purpose is tracking. So we want, okay, who modified, when he modified, what time he modified. Okay, what time he modified, what time he modified. Okay, when he modified, what time he modified. Okay, okay. So he modified it, whether he added, whether he deleted. Okay, all that information should be, all the information should be. Okay, second thing is your, okay, second thing is your storage cost optimization. Why? Because we want to avoid duplication, we want to avoid duplications. So we don't want a duplication anywhere, okay, duplication anywhere. Okay, so this is the two main reasons we wanted. Okay, two main reasons we are going with Git. Okay, so but why Git only? What was there before Git? Okay, so remember that in the traditional system, when there was no tools of DevOps, people used to work with Linux and Windows operating systems. Okay, they used to work with Windows and Linux machines. Okay, they used to store all the information in this machines only. Okay, in that situation, okay, this Linux and Windows machines will not give you that flexibility. Okay, so I'll just give you a simple example. Take an example. Okay, let's assume that let's assume that my company is using, okay, your Windows machine for storing all the information. Okay, my company is using a Windows machine for storing all the information. So all my team is storing all my important files here. Okay, let's suppose they're working for Myntra kind and they're storing all the Myntra related files here. So what happened? This is one of the important file where you see this type is Microsoft Word, author is Raj, size is 20.2 KB, and date modified so and so time. Now, if I change the file, my name will come. If you change the file, your name will come. But where are the names stored? Where are we doing tracking? Where you can say that Raj has modified so and so time, or before Raj they 9 people modified the files. Where are their names stored? We don't have a tracking in Linux and Windows. Second thing is, what did these people modified? Did they modify something? Did they add something? Did they delete something? No one knows. Only that person knows. Okay. Only what we can see now currently on the screen is only the last person modified, his name we can see. Then how can you do a tracking? For example, tomorrow there is an urgent delivery and someone has modified something in this file. Okay. We don't know, almost 10 people modified, but what they modified, we don't know. And there's an urgent request to be done. How it will be fulfilled? So this becomes a challenging part. That's the reason they want, okay, to have a proper tracking. They want a proper tracking of any of the file which is modified. Even if you make a minor space, okay, even if you make a minor space, that can be identified. That is where your, okay, traditional system. And if you see here, if I copy paste this multiple times, either it will overwrite the file or it will create a duplication. So how can I avoid duplication? For example, imagine this file is 1 GB. I'm pasting it multiple times. I'm wasting 5 to 10 GB. Okay, but I want to store only unique data. I don't want to store duplications. How can I avoid it? Windows Linux machine doesn't do that. That's the reason we go with your Git, which has your mechanism called VCS, version control system mechanism, which will store only unique data, which stores only the unique data. When you want any of the information, it will give you the complete information, but while storing it stores only the unique data. Even if you apply, even if you store it multiple times or upload multiple times, it only stores the unique data. It will compare the older data, new data, and then it will store it. That is how your Git works. Okay. So it's a source code management tool where you can store every file. The main purpose of using Git is tracking and storage cost optimization. Tracking and storage cost optimization. Now, what is the next step? Code is written. Developer has written all the code. Everything is ready. Now, how do you think this Myntra is launched? Did they launch with all the code? No, they use the code, they build the code, and they finally build a software. That is how this Myntra website is launched. Okay, Myntra application on website is launched. So here, very first, you require a tool to build the software. Okay, you require a tool to build the software. Without this, you cannot, okay, deploy your application. So here we use a tool called build tool. Okay, which is we use a build tool, which is nothing but your Maven, okay, which is nothing but your Maven. We use a build tool, which is nothing but your Maven. So here, okay, build tool, okay, build tool. We use a build tool. So this build tool will do all your build and execution of code, build and execution of the code, okay, where, okay, it will do your compilation, it will do the test cases running, and it will do the packages. So it will do all the process which the developer want to build a software. And also here it provides a user-friendly commands, okay, user-friendly commands, okay, for your build operations. All the build operations run user-friendly commands where you see this. Okay. Hardly 10 commands are there which will use it. And then, okay, it will generate a software, generate an artifact. What do you mean by artifact? It's a software. Artifact means software. Artifact means, okay, software. Artifacts means software. So this software will be in the form of .jar or .var. Okay. Okay. So what is jar? Jar is nothing but a Java archive. It depends upon the language. Okay. Var is nothing but a web archive. Var is nothing but a web archive. Okay. Var is nothing but a web archive. Okay. Now, okay, how was its working traditional system? Again, they used to use the same Linux and Windows when the tool was not there, and they used to use your, okay, depends upon if they have a Java language, they use Java. If they have a Python to build, they'll use Python. If they have any kind of a .NET something, they use a make, okay, etc. things. Depends upon, okay, depends upon what exactly the language they use it, what exactly the language they make use of it. Okay, it depends upon that. Okay, it depends upon that. So let the language be anything. Now software is built. Okay, software is built. Okay, imagine that the software name is e-commerce website hyphen Mintra. Okay, Mintra dot what hyphen Mintra dot war file. It's a war file. It's built for the Mintra. It's a war file. Okay, it's a war file which is built for the Mintra. Code is written, software is built finally. Now, what is the next step? You don't launch a website directly. Okay, first the internal testing will be done by a QA team and DevOps development team. So to launch the application, first you have to launch the application. You cannot directly launch your website. You have to launch your application. Now, how do you launch application is, okay, how do you launch application is, okay, you have to deploy this into a tool called Tomcat. So Tomcat is a web/application server. Tomcat is a, okay, Tomcat is a small tool. It's a very small tool. It's a web/application server. Okay, web/application server. Okay, okay, where you just deploy the artifact. Use a word, right? Deployment. Okay, deploy the artifact. That is a deployments. It's kind of installation. You do it. Deploy artifact and launch the application. Okay, launch the application. Launch the application. Fine. So you deploy this artifact and launch the application. And finally, it will give you one URL. Okay, this URL is nothing but an application URL on which machine you deployed it. Right. For example, the port number is this one, endpoint is Mintra. So this is what it will give you. So Tomcat is a very intelligent tool. Tomcat has a lot of inbuilt automation. So what Tomcat does is you just need to take this war file, which is the software, place in the Tomcat and restart the Tomcat. Tomcat will take care of how to extract the content, how to give you this URL to take care. Okay. And once it gives you the URL, once the application up, it looks similarly. The way it is looking, it looks similar. Only the URL will be internal. It will not expose to the public yet. It is just internal within your company. And once once you do this one, what you'll be doing is you'll be sharing this URL. You'll be sharing this URL and this artifact. Share the URL and artifact for your QA and dev team. Okay, QA and dev team. So they will be, okay, either they'll deploy into their local systems or they use this URL. Initially, they use this URL and also they deploy into the different systems in case they require it. So also give the artifact. So they will be doing a testing now. Share the URL to them. They will be doing a testing. Complete testing will be done. Complete testing will be done where they'll be doing it. Okay. So this is the internal process, guys. Developer will make a code change. Then we'll do a build. Okay. We deploy into Tomcat and then we do it here. Okay. Then we share it here. So this is the recursive process until the product is stable. This process will keep repeating. This process will keep repeating. Fine. This process keep repeating. Meanwhile, there are two more tools which you need to add it here. Meantime, these people are testing it here. There are two more tools which you need to add it here. Two more tools which you need to add it here. Okay. So these are one is called a sonar cube. So this is your code scanning tool. Code scanning tool. Okay. Or you call it as a code analysis tool. Okay. Code analysis. Okay. Code analysis. Okay. Analysis tool. Okay. Code analysis tool. Okay. Okay. Code analysis tool. Okay. Fine. So here, basically, why do we require this one is now developer is writing so much of code. Do you think developer will write everything on his own? He doesn't copy from Google. He doesn't take something copy paste from Google. So here, main reason is to going with this tool is to detect bugs and vulnerabilities, guys. Detect bugs and vulnerabilities. Okay, detects bugs and vulnerabilities. Okay, that means bugs means errors, vulnerabilities means virus. Okay, so reason is that your website should not get attacked by the virus and any kind of errors. That's the reason this is there. So that means whatever the developer is making a mistake, okay, Maybe developer will say, if you ask a developer, he'll say, everything is perfect. I have done everything perfect. Everything is working fine, he'll say. But there are small things which human mind cannot capture. Human might miss it. Maybe there's a lot of duplication of code. He might have written multiple places, he forgot it. Who will catch it? Sonarchy will catch it. Maybe a developer uses the outdated code. Okay, he has copied it from. He had used an outdated tool to build a. He will use the outdated tool to write the code. Okay, so who will detect this one? Sonarchy will catch and tell you. Okay, let's suppose developer made a mistake or developer didn't follow the code standards. There are proper standards to write a code. Okay, and proper style to write a code. He didn't follow it. Who will detect it? Or let's suppose how and what to suggest. Okay, yes, and what to, okay, what to suggest, right? Developer made a mistake. Now who will suggest it? Who will suggest, right? Who will give you a suggestion? Okay, 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 how to suggest, okay, what mistake he made and how, okay, what mistake he made and what solution he required, right? How to fix it, okay? So what to fix and how to fix, okay, what to fix and how to fix, okay? So how to fix, and you say, okay, what to fix and how to fix, okay, how to fix, okay, how to fix the issue, who will give you the suggestion, okay, sonar calculation. And lastly, we'll give you a report, okay, a report to submit to client, okay, because client will not accept until unless you fix all the errors. Because in case you compromise the code, in case the code is compromised, you don't identify these bugs, errors, outdated things, once the website is live, hacker will be sitting in the internet, they will go and hack this website. They're not interested in the website. They're interested behind the data behind website. They will capture the credit cards, customer information, all the shipping addresses. So all that things they'll capture it. That is how they sell the content to other companies. Right? That is where you get the fake calls. Okay. So like there's a gift coupon for your, or you're getting this unknown messages, right? Where you click this button, you'll get an offer and everything. So how you get that is all the information which is sold or which is taken by your unknown sources, right? Or you get some call, right? So we have a offer here and etc. things, right? So now the next tool is Artifactory, JFrog Artifactory. So security is done. This is only for security. And now comes the JFrog. So you have built a software. Can you store this software anywhere? No, you require a proper place. You cannot store the software in Git or GitHub. So because it's a just a source code file, it just stores the code, but it doesn't store any kind of a software. So to store artifacts, okay, okay, to store the artifacts, we require a JFrog, like, okay, artifacts like you can store your .jar, .war, .exe, .tar file, okay, your .zip file, etc. things what you have, and you can store it. For example, you want to store a war file, you want to store a jar file, etc. You can store it here. So it's the artifact is storage. To store artifacts, we use the artifact storage. But what is the reason for going with speed? We require a download and upload speed, guys. We require download upload speed. Second thing, we require security, where you have your, okay, user, okay, user and access management, proper access management, okay, you require proper access management, and also we require here proper tracking, okay, proper tracking, okay, also we require a storage cost optimization. Simply we're not using this one, it has a lot of benefits, okay, a lot of benefits to use it here, right? So very first, speed. When you say speed, take an example. For example, you have a C drive. In the C drive, I kept a 10 GB file. Copy that to D drive. How much time it will take? From the C drive, copy to D drive. Imagine there's a D drive, you have to copy a 10 GB file. It will take 10 minutes, 20 minutes, half an hour, 1 hour. Depends on the speed of the system. So now imagine that, let's suppose we launched a Myntra sale page. There was a sale going on, we launched it. Suddenly what is happening? People are not able to add the coupons. People are not able to, get the gift coupons. They're not able to put in orders of this. Some issue is going on. We have to immediately change the page. Within fraction of second, we have to fix and change the page. But my downloading of the artifact itself is taking 1 hour. Can you keep your website not working for 1 hour? We cannot keep it. Or let's suppose Myntra went down. Myntra says page not found 404. Something went wrong. Can you keep your website down for 1 hour? If the download upload is taking this much of time, how can you keep your website down for a longer time? It's difficult, right? So that's the reason we require a JFrog, which will upload and download the artifact within a fraction of seconds. Okay, that is what we are using for it. And second thing, user access management. So you should have a proper user and access management, store it, because okay, proper user and access management we require it to store it, because if you don't store it properly, okay, and if this artifact goes in the wrong hand, what will happen? Someone will create a Myntra clearancesale.com or a website similar to Myntra, and they'll keep a huge sales. When people order the product will go to fake account. The product, that means the money which you transfer it, or the your money which you paid to this website for ordering a product, that will go into payments, will go to fraud account, and you will receive acknowledgement but you will never receive product. That is what happens. There are a lot of fake websites on the internet which happens this one. Okay, that's the reason we should always secure your artifacts, right? Who is accessing, okay, etc. things, and also do a tracking. Okay, who is uploading, who is downloading. As I mentioned, if you use your Windows machine instead of JFrog, what will happen? Who is deleting artifact? We don't know. Who is uploading artifact? We don't know. Okay. And also it provides, if you see, it provides a duplication, right? I don't want a duplication. If one jar is 10 GB and I keep duplication, it is wasting my space. Okay. How can I apply duplication? Same way here also we have a VCS mechanism here. This also create a VCS mechanism which will store the unique data only. Okay. Unique data only. Okay. So this I have five basic tools: Git, Maven, SonarCube, JFrog, Tomcat. Okay, most of the companies will have this one. Okay, so this is called your continuous integration. You speak about CI/CD tools, right? So this are your CI tools, guys. Okay, one more tool will come into picture. I'll come back. Continuous integration tool, continuous integration process. This is your process. This is a continuous integration process which you deal with this process. You deal with the process, right? Now developer got relief from Maven. It was a developer's tool. Now it came into a bucket. We are doing automation. Developer is just writing the code. Then we also want some relief. How can we achieve automation? How it is possible to achieve automation? That is where we have your Jenkins. Okay, Jenkins is one of the open source tool. Okay, which has lot of flexibility. Okay, lot of flexibility. Okay, so Jenkins is your CI/CD tool. Jenkins is a CI/CD tool. It's a CI/CD. It's a CI/CD tool where you say Jenkins is a CI/CD tool. Okay, where it is also called as automation tool. Okay, it's also called as automation tool where you have, it'll do a proper build management, complete build management. It has a proper user slash access management. Okay, so access management. Okay, it has a proper email notifications. Okay, it has proper integrations integrations integration support with various tools. Okay, and most important is the graphical user, and here you can do one-click automation with all your tools. This is what we do it with Jenkins. Okay, so this one tool, you can sit here, you can sit in this tool and you can manage all these tools. So one time you have to just make a connection with your Git with your Jenkins, make a connection Git with Jenkins or GitHub with Jenkins. Similarly, you make a connection with your Maven with your Jenkins. Similarly, you make a connection with your okay. You connect with all the tools with Jenkins and you click a button here. Jenkins will go and get the code, do the cloning of that, do the Maven processing, upload to SonarCube, upload to JFrog, deploy to Target. In single shot, it will do it. The same thing you can do it with, okay? You can do it with your, okay? There's something called GitHub Actions, okay? This is also a CI/CD where you can do the CI/CD, but this is like, you can treat it as like, this is most of our like, okay, uh, GitHub managed pipeline. This is the open source actually, guys. You have a lot of flexibility, a lot of integrations, but it has some limitations. Okay, with that limitations you can do it. With the limitations you can do it. Now, where do you think all these teams are running? Where do you run this one? As I told you, without AWS you cannot go with DevOps. Both goes hand in hand. Just AWS will not work. So definitely require your DevOps, which is a cloud. Without cloud, it's not possible, right? So you require your cloud. Without cloud, it's not possible, right? So you require your AWS cloud. Okay, you require your AWS cloud. You require AWS cloud. Okay, you require AWS cloud, which is required, right? So all these things will run on your EC2 instances. All these things run in the EC2 instance. You require EC2 instances, then you require your networking, okay, which is your VPC, okay, virtual private cloud, which is required. Then you require your, okay, maybe you require some storage. If you want to require S3 buckets, you can store it. Similarly, you can add your to the existing machines, you can add your disk, so which is called EBS. We use elastic block storage, okay, EBS volumes. Similarly, we have your, okay, snapshots similar to this one, okay, snapshots are there, okay, and few more services there. I'll come back as I go to the tools, okay. Well, let me list it later. I'll put it. You have load balancer, we call it as LB, short form. Then you have auto scaling, okay, automatically scaling up and down the machines. Similarly, you have your Route 53. Okay, it's a DNS service, okay, which will help you to, create your domains as well as everything. You can do all that things. Similarly, you have your, okay, you have your IAM, we do the IAM, identity and management, okay, identity access management. Then you have your EKS, okay, then you have your ECR, okay, okay, ECR. So multiple things are available, multiple services are available, depends upon the requirement, right? Depends upon the requirement, multiple services are available, okay, and there are many, few more are there which are as part of your fine. We listed. So come back. So now so require definitely cloud. Before cloud knowledge is not possible, guys. Before cloud, you cannot launch. There are a lot of securities and etc. things you have to open it as part of this cloud. So is it sufficient to start a career? Yes, it is sufficient. It may be sufficient because you have cloud knowledge, you have the basic tools knowledge. Companies may prefer this one because this is a daily activity, guys. Daily, this every time developer make a change, Jenkins should trigger a pipeline. For that pipeline, you have to do the automation. Either you do in GitHub Actions, you do it here, and also you can use your AWS code pipeline. If you want to use it, you can use it. But Jenkins is more flexible. You can do it the same things here, but only thing is that this is AWS managed. That means whatever they give you, you have to use only that. If you say I want a more customization, not possible. If you say here I want more customization, not possible. That's the reason this is more flexible. This more contains. This can integrate any tools. It can connect QA tools. It can contain your ML tools, AI tools, etc. Things are connected. That is where we have flexibility. Now the second part of this is called your CD, continuous deployment. This is where you go to your customer facing, okay, continuous deployment process, contains your CD, okay, CI/CD tools you say it CD. So the first tool for the CD is your Ansible. Now what is this Ansible? How it will help you? Okay, Ansible. Okay, what is this Ansible actually? And why do we need this Ansible? So Ansible is called as configuration management tool. It's a configuration management tool. Okay. Or it is called as automation tool. Configuration management tool, it is called automation tool. Where, take an example, let's suppose I want to install, okay, take an example, I want to install, okay, install Tomcat on one machine, okay, one machine, one requirement, install Tomcat on one machine. It is fine. You will install it in one machine. Same thing if I say install Tomcat in 1,000 machines, how much time it will take? How much time it will take you for installing a Tomcat on 1,000 machines? It's a tedious task, right? You have to log into machine. There are at least 10 steps are there which you have to do it, right? So it will take a longer time. It's not that easy for anyone to do this one. Okay. Similarly, if I say I have one file which contains your 1000 lines. 1000 lines. Okay. And it contains your 100 modified. Okay. I want your 100 lines to be, okay, modified. You have to modify the 100 lines. Okay. Modify, I'm just saying modify 100 lines. So one file contain 1000 lines, modify 100 lines. Okay. This is in one machine. Okay. One machine. Okay. If I do the same thing, if I ask you to do in 1000 machines, how long it will take? Same activity doing in 1000 machines. Do the same activity, what you're saying here is on the 1000 machines, right? Do it on the 1000 machines. How much time it will take it? One machine is fine. But if we ask you to do the same thing, how much time it will take? It's a tedious task, guys. Lot of mistakes you'll make it, lot of errors you'll make it. So there are high chances that you'll make errors, you'll make a mistake. Lot of things will happen here. Lot of things will happen here. So to overcome all these challenges, they wanted to install, they want so to overcome this one, they want us to, they want, we want to install, uninstall, upgrade, rollback, rollback, and deploy in single shot. Okay. Mhm. Okay, we want to do in a single shot. Okay, so this is where your Ansible comes. So Ansible will do your activities. It can be 1000 machine, 10,000 machine will do in single shot. Just give me a minute. Okay, so in single shot, you'll able to connect this, okay, to 1000 machines. Again, you can make it graphical user. In single shot, you can go and connect to Ansible, okay, and you can deploy thousands of machines. For example, Myntra. Do you think Myntra is running on single machine? Can you deploy this Myntra software in 1000 machines in one by one? It's not possible. You require an automation. That is where the Ansible comes into picture, where you can do this in single shot. In single shot, you can do this in single shot, where you can install and do all the activities in single shot. That is where your Ansible fits in the market. Okay. So this is mostly, when do you prefer Ansible? When you have VM based customers. VM based environment, right? When your environment is mostly machines, completely launched on the machine, then you prefer this Ansibleization. Okay. And again, you can connect to Jenkins, and Jenkins will give you a graphical way use of a deployment. Now, the most valuable and important tool which in the market is used is your Docker and Kubernetes, guys. Docker and Kubernetes. Okay, Docker and Kubernetes. Now, what is the importance of this Docker and Kubernetes? What is the importance of this Docker and Kubernetes? Okay, what is the importance of the Docker and Kubernetes? So, the main reason for going with Docker and Kubernetes is to reduce the cost, reduce the infrastructure, reduce the infrastructure cost. Okay, and here, okay, reduce the infrastructure cost. Okay, reduce the infrastructure cost. Second thing is that, okay, zero downtime for your infra and application. Infra application. Application also, if it is if there's an error, there can be application downtime, but mostly your Kubernetes will maintain, okay, Kubernetes will maintain that, okay, to have like zero downtime for the application, right? Because it will maintain the different versions, even if the one version is not working, other version of application will deploy it. So these are the two reasons we're going with Docker Kubernetes. Now imagine that what benefit it will give you, how it will reduce the cost. Take an example of one laptop today. What is the cost of one laptop? You'll go to 20K, and you can spend up to 4 lakh rupees. But what is the real-time server cost? The machine which is in real time starts with 5 lakhs, guys, goes up to 50 lakh rupees. So imagine that if I want 1 lakh machines, if I want 1 lakh servers or 1 lakh machines, okay, how much will be the cost? It obviously goes in crores of amount, which companies cannot afford. For example, okay, now simple terms, right? Take an example of YouTube. Take an example of YouTube. Okay, I have a YouTube. Okay, I have a YouTube app in your phone or something. Okay, let's suppose I want to play a video. I want to play a video. So when you play a video, one video requires a server. Server means machine. So one video requires one server to process it, because we need to do a processing, right? There should be a processing, so you require this one. To processing this or to play this video require a server, because on your screen, what will do? You just play it here on the screen, you do just play it here. But when a video is opening, this video, when your video is opening, okay, this video, what it will do is this video will open and play it here. But behind this, it requires a machine to process that machine. Okay, that machine, if you say one video require one machine, worldwide, how many people are there? There are millions of people. Do you require millions of videos to play, or millions of people using this one? Do you require millions of machines? Do you think your YouTube people have these many millions of servers sitting behind it? Buying one server itself is 5 lakh rupees. Put that cost, how many cost it will come? It's not possible, guys. So that is where they have something called a containerization concept. They have something called a containerization concept, where they use a Docker image. They use a concept of Docker image, which is nothing but your OS plus application, OS plus application bundle here. OS plus application, and you have a Docker container. Okay, so this Docker container contains, okay, basically Docker contains nothing but your micro virtual machine. It acts as a micro virtual machine. Okay, it's kind of a machine. It will act as a micro, okay, it acts as a micro virtual machine. It acts as a micro virtual machine, right? It will act as a micro virtual machine. It will act as a micro virtual machine, right? Now imagine how it will reduce it. You have one machine. Till now you paid one machine or one server, one video. So one machine will create 1,000 containers, and this will play 1,000 videos. See the drastic change. Till now, one machine, one video, or one server, one video. Now, one machine, 1,000 containers, 1,000 videos. See how much drastic change that means. If you require 1 lakh servers, you don't need a 1 lakh servers anymore. You require just 10,000 servers. Within 10,000 servers, you can easily manage your infrastructure. See the drastic change. That is where your Docker Kubernetes is used in the market. Okay, and not only this, your YouTube, your Netflix, your Amazon, everyone uses. You go and search which all companies are making use of a Docker Kubernetes. You'll get most of the companies' names in the Docker Kubernetes. That is where your Docker Kubernetes comes in the market. Okay, that's why if you see today, if you say YouTube says I'm releasing new, if YouTube says that I'm releasing new trailers today, will it say YouTube is down? It will never be down. Have you ever seen Netflix says I'm releasing new movies? Is Netflix going down? Netflix will never be down. Okay, or say Myntra saying I'm going to start a sale. Have you seen Myntra going down? It never goes down. Within fraction of seconds, the page changes. How it is possible? That is possible with the help of Docker Kubernetes. Okay. And lastly, okay. And now take an example. I spoke about this Route 53. Okay. How do you get this Myntra.com and everything? That is with the help of this domains. This domains will give you. Okay. That's why, because people, if you give people this URL, will people remember this URL? No one will remember. This URL will bind with your Route 53 DNS server. Similarly, we have auto scaling. What is auto scaling? Let's suppose there are 1,000 machines running. Suddenly, there's a lot of load on the website. Okay, a lot of people are logging. Website is not responding properly. Will you go and add one machine behind the website and make it stable? Not possible. That's the reason auto scaling. It will scale up and scale down the infrastructure based on the load. It will automatically take the load, see the load, and add the machines, and then remove the machine. This is how it does. And lastly, you have your most important tool, which is your Terraform. Okay, okay. This is trending in the market, called your Terraform. Okay, Terraform. Okay, this is your infrastructure automation or your cloud service automation. You can say infrastructure automation, or you can say your, okay, cloud service automation. service automations. Okay. Okay, so this will do all the automations. For example, you want to create 1,000 machines in single shot. Just write a skeleton. They'll give you one skeleton. It's not that difficult. Just the skeleton is given, and that skeleton, what you can do is you can just write it once and you trigger it. That right, you go and create 1,000 machines single shot. Any service you want, it'll create it for you. Any service you want, it will create it for you. Right? That is where the Terraform. You say you want to create a Kubernetes service. Okay, Elastic Kubernetes service. Create it. You say I want to upload to ACR. You want to say you want to create a bucket. I want to create a VPC, everything is created. Again, this is a command line tool. You can connect to Jenkins and Jenkins will give you a graphical user like a field where you can use it. Okay. So this all tools, okay, you can break into different things. So this is the internal process. This is the customer facing. This is the customer. That's why I told you 6 different projects, right? So I'll be breaking these tools into 6 different projects where you'll get your idea about how do you do a VM-based deployment to the customer? How do you do a Docker Kubernetes? How do you use it? Okay. How do you use Terraform for infrastructure? And lastly, you'll also be using your monitoring. You'll also be using your monitoring stack. That is what I told you, right? So monitoring has 2 things here. Okay. Monitoring tools have 2 things. One is your app monitoring. Okay. App monitoring. And you have your log monitoring. So both the monitoring will be doing as part of this. Okay. Both the monitoring will be doing as part of this. Okay. Application says your application monitoring, and this is okay. Monitoring, right? So app monitoring and this one, both the monitorings we have it here as part of this. Right? This is where we have monitoring. So application monitoring has Grafana, Prometheus. Okay, Grafana, Prometheus. It has like the exporters and etc. things. Okay, your log monitoring has your Kibana, ELKS, like everything. Kibana, ELKS. Okay, Kibana, ELKS, like everything you have it here. Okay. So this is the stack. Again, there are 8 tools. That is what I showed you initially, right? So there's a monitoring stack, which we'll be using it here as part of this. So we'll be covering that stack. Okay. That will be there in the syllabus. Okay. So you have a visualization tool, you have some database in that and etc. things, which you'll be learning as part of this. Why this monitoring tool is important? Take an example. There are 1,000 machines. In midnight, 10 machines went down. Who will tell you that 10 machines went down? Will people sit and monitor 10 machines? This monitoring tools will send you all the information of that, which machines are down, which service is down, etc. Details tell you. That is where the monitoring plays an important role, which you have it as part of this. Okay. So monitoring tool will monitor everything. For example, you want a log of some 100 machines. Monitoring tool will get the logs of 100 machines for you. Okay, it will display on the screen with the proper dashboards and everything. That is where your monitoring tools comes. Okay, or any of the service went down. Let's suppose your any of the service went down in Docker. It will tell you that this service is down. It will give you a proper information so that you can go and troubleshoot that. That is where your monitoring comes into picture. Okay, this is where your end-to-end flow, which you're going to break into 6 different projects as part of this. Okay, where you're going to work with Ansible, Docker, Kubernetes, your cloud, and etc. things you're going to work as part of this. This is how it works. Okay. Any questions, guys? Any questions? Any queries? Any doubts? Anything? Feel free to ask. Okay. So this all these tools we're going to break into pieces and then we're going to work. That is how your day-to-day activity, your customer-based deployments, everything, you'll get an idea about how it works. Okay. Any questions? Any queries? Any doubts?
So everything will be done in the cloud, right? Except the development.
Yes. Yeah, except the development, everything will be done on the cloud. Fine.
So this is like a 2 months course. So how long?
This will take minimum 3 months.
3 months. Okay.
2.5 months you can say, but 10 months, 10 days buffer will keep it because of some holidays and etc. things will keep a buffer.
So after the end of the course, and during the course, we do some hands-on projects, right? That's what you mentioned in the beginning.
We'll be doing the between only, not at the end of the course. Right after 5 tools, your projects will start. Behind every tool, one project will start.
Okay.
Right after tool, we'll be learning how to integrate with different tools. Okay, we'll understand the use case. We'll do some We'll club all the things what you have done so far into single place and we'll make use of it.
For this one, we have to have the AWS account. Do we need to
Yes,
pay for that?
AWS account is required. We'll do that in the first class. We'll create a AWS account. A free account will be creating it.
Thank you.
Fine. Okay. Any more questions? Okay. So guys, remember that any course first gain the entire skills. If you want to start, gain the entire skills. It's not just learning 2 tools, 3 tools. No. In the company, once you go to the company, depends on the company. Some company will says, I want just Docker, Kubernetes, okay, Terraform, and some cloud. A company will says, I want some basic tools with cloud. Depends on company to company, JD what they provide. But that doesn't mean that you just learn that. No, because career doesn't stop at one place. Again, when you go to new next company, that tools may be used. Who knows? So keep upskilling yourself. Okay, what are the set of tools you have? Always have that in your resume because your resume will have more visibility. Okay, though you will get flexibility once you go in the company, but at present learn everything. You may not use everything, but learn everything. Okay, and learn in a proper roadmap. Like start with Linux, fundamental of languages for someone else. This is for developers. For Linux, first start with Linux. Learn Linux thoroughly, at least at the advanced level. Then go with DevOps or go with cloud. Both are individual. I told you it's a module. First learn Linux module, then go with the cloud module, then go with the DevOps. This is all DevOps, source code, application deployment, everything DevOps, and then monitoring. So 4 modules here. Okay, Linux module, cloud module, monitoring module, and DevOps module. So learn individually step by step. Okay, okay, and then proceed with it. Okay, and then get certified. You want to get certified? Yes, lot of certifications are there. Every 2 level certifications are there. You can do the 2 level certifications. Again, every level you can say that I want to be a Kubernetes expert. Go with Kubernetes expert. Or you say no, I want to be a cloud. So there are 2 things. Solution architect level 1. This is question and answer. This is a sysops is level 2. This is for developers. Okay. So you can also AWS also provides you DevOps engineer professional where you can go with this professional language or you can go with any one of them. Okay. So, but I prefer certification. You do it once you work at least 6 months. Okay, because certification will not help you in any of the interview. Any of the interview, end of the day, you have to speak. Okay, so you want to still do it, go ahead, no issues, do it. But I prefer to do after 6 months to 1 year because company will pay that amount. Second thing is that okay, you can prove that as a okay, you can prove that to your promotions and everything. You can look for a next level of positions, right? For that, you can help us. And then understand the current market, research, okay, analyze the market, check the salaries, how much is the market, right? Look for the trend, how many openings are coming, how what levels of openings coming. It's a higher level, 10 years experience, 8 years experience. So check everything. A lot of internships are coming for freshers. So research everywhere and then go and start your decision with the cloud and start the journey of the DevOps. So research is very important. Put your step, research everywhere. Okay. Okay, go and research everywhere. Then only you take your decision. Okay, because research is very important, guys. If you don't research, things will not work. Okay, fine. Now, if you want, okay, you want any more information from us, you can reach out to this number. They'll give you all the details. I hope they have also pasted here in the chat. Okay, in the chat also it is there. You can go with this chat. You can check this one, right? So all that information will be here. You can reach out to them, or you can also visit our website, right? So there's a website where you can visit our website. You will get all the information on our website, right? Complete information will be there in the website. You can reach our website and etc. things. You'll get all the details of the courses and everything what we offer it, right? Okay. Any questions, guys? Any more questions? Any more questions? So research, guys. Research is very important before you take a decision. Forget about technical stuff. First, research it. Are you in the right direction? Is it the right direction you're putting it? Right? And then take a decision. Right? Okay. If you have any questions, you want to talk to me one-on-one, you can reach out to this number. They'll arrange a call with me. Okay. You can go to a website and you can also ask the recording and everything. It will come in next 1 hour. It will come in YouTube. You can see in the YouTube itself. You can go to our Career channel. You just search Career, you'll get the channel and you can see our videos. Okay, all your previous demos, videos, and everything are there. You can just refer those videos. Right? Okay. Any more questions, guys? Any more questions? Any more queries? Any more doubts? Okay then. Okay, let's take a pause. Okay. Thank you guys. Okay, thanks for joining. They'll inform you about the course timings, okay, fees and everything. They'll reach out to you. If you've registered a form, definitely they'll reach out to you. You'll get in your WhatsApp all the details. Okay. Okay. Thank you guys. Bye bye.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Yeah.
Thank you.